let's talk about the forbidden topic.
Whoa.
Psychedelics. How have psychedelics helped you or hindered you in your skateboarding life?
All I can think about is when I take them, it makes skateboarding easier.
It's as simple as that?
It's as simple as that.
When I take them, it makes skateboarding harder. So I just go sit somewhere and close my eyes and go to other dimensions and come out feeling more wise.
See, for me, it was like, I don't know. When I do psychedelics, I go more into art world, and I want to paint, and I want to create canvases of what I saw. Skateboarding, to me, isn't so conducive to psychedelics. They feel like two different modes of thought to me. Skateboarding's mechanical and intuitive. You have to like understand how things are working. Psychedelics, you're just out the window in another dimension. But you say they help you skate? I want to know more about this.
But that's on a microdose.
Not
So-
a macro?
0.5 to maybe a gram, depending on how I'm feeling.
And that helps you.
It helps me.
So what does it feel like? You're getting in some kind of zone?
Yeah, like I believe. It helps me believe. You know, I'm just like,
That makes sense.
I can do it, and then it happens that much quicker.
See, I have a weird thing about that. I often think that, and this is pure ego, but I think I'm making other people's tricks happen from my interactions with them as they're rolling up. Like, if you give the correct knucks, and you give the correct vibe, you play the
That is
correct
part
song,
of
and
it.
you're like, I'm making them do it.
That's definitely part of it, I believe, too.
Made me do my tricks earlier
I
today.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I remember a thing a while ago. There was an article in Skateboarder magazine, and they were talking about the fisheye distorting reality to the point where something that's not even so great, if you have it the right angle with the fisheye, it's going to look huge. And the guy came up with the terminology. He said, just click it to huge. He's like, if this thing's tiny, click it to huge. Let's just dive in.
keep it going.
DMT, what about it?
Whoa.
You told me the coolest story today. You didn't hear this, but I was talking to Beau, and he did mention that when you guys took DMT, you went through a cycle of all the different people you'd been, and you ended up saying that you were each other.
Well, yeah, I was telling you a story of he told me, actually. When he was on it, he was everyone he ever met, and then the last person he was me before he went back into his body.
You felt what it's like to be Beau?
Everyone, and then Beau last.
Interesting. If that's not brotherhood...
Like everyone I've ever met, like anybody I ever knew, I was them, too.
Wow.
One of my experiences, I made
insane.
it through all these different levels of dimensions, and I made it to this level, it felt like the top dimension, and it was like this all-seeing, like, mathematical lady, and she just looked at me for a second, and I was silly enough to make a joke with her, because she wasn't really...
What happened?
I went, hi! And she went... and
Chucked you out?
Blasted me back through all the dimensions back into my body, and I was like, oh, why'd I do that?
Oh my
I finally
goodness.
met, like, you know what I mean, like some higher being or alien or something, and I made a joke and got kicked out.
And the joke was like saying hello in a funny voice?
Yeah, just like I was making fun of it all. It was so surreal and so like spiritual and so like amazing. I can't even put it into words, and I just, me being who I am, everything's a joke to me.
So you're saying this is a dimension beyond humor, and you dared to put humor into it?
That's what it felt like, yeah.
Well, that's what it feels like every day on planet Earth right now. Hey!
Exactly.
And hold up, he said the word alien, which made me realize when we were working at the golf course, it was so wild because the one day he didn't come to work, it was me and my other buddy, because he also worked there, and on the way there was no street lights in this one section, and all of a sudden there was 5 flashes over over our car, like it got scanned by like an alien ship or something. And then all the people at the golf course were telling us about how they see UFOs out there. So like,
This is where?
Delaware.
I heard there's good drugs in Delaware.
What kind?
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's actually talk about this. Tell me about your UFO experiences personally. Have you had any?
I haven't had an experience with a UFO, but one time I ate an eighth of mushrooms and a medical weed brownie, the whole thing. They always say like, eat 1/4. I ate the whole thing, and I kept transforming into different aliens. I looked at my hand, my arm, and it went boom, to a scaly alien. Another second it was like shoo, to this like slippery alien. And just all these different forms of aliens I went through, like that cartoon Ben 10 or something.
I've had that in a similar way, but mine was like on the edge of sleep. They say you have endogenous DMT in your body, right? And when you dream, it's actually your internal DMT that's causing those visions. I've had that a few nights where I've been falling asleep and seen every different kind of alien. These faces appear, but they're brief and they disappear. I want it to be real so bad. But as far as UFOs go, I haven't seen any actual physical proof on this earth except for 2 times.
Tell us.
Let's go.
Let's go.
One time, we're driving back from Vegas to Los Angeles, right? And I see something that cannot be explained. It's 3 red lights in the sky rotating like this, and it's massive. And I'm like, there is no aircraft I know that's that big with these red lights that could possibly be anything explainable by science. Then I did the mental math and went, it's the windmills that you go by in the day when you're going out to Vegas. It's those giant white windmills with the red lights on the tips of the blades so that planes don't hit them. And I went, no UFO. Second time, London. I see something flying overhead. It's this pulsating orange light, and then it starts descending. I'm like, if a UFO is descending on my watch, I'm going to go catch it. So I ran towards where it descended, and it landed on a railway bridge, and it was a lantern.
Oh.
So I'm deeply, deeply disappointed that I haven't seen evidence of extraterrestrials visiting Earth. You got any evidence? You got any evidence?
I mean, how did flashing lights appear over my car? How is that?
Because you were high.
I wasn't high.
But didn't you
It
say that
was in
you're
the morning?
always
It was
high?
early morning, so that's my least high time.
Oh, okay. You said you get progressively higher as the day goes
Yeah,
on.
exactly. And then we had one thought. We were like, what if it was Beau from the future, and he was checking out what was going on? He was the alien. Aliens are actually just us from the future, and this has actually already all happened. This is the past right now.
So the whole aliens being humans from the future, I can kind of get down to that. It's possible. That being said, why are they just coming here, checking it out, and fucking off again? Don't they want to fix anything?
I don't know. Maybe they are fixing stuff by doing little things that cause chain reactions.
Okay.
Okay, he's on to something.
Okay.
Like, you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect.
Like, Bernstein Bears is like spelled different or something now, and everyone remembers it a certain way. Like, all these different examples. So maybe they're going around and changing little things like that. But
I'm having the Mandela effect right now because I used to know what the Mandela effect was, and now I don't. Which is surely the Mandela effect.
Oh,
So is it Bernstein or Bernsteins?
I have no idea, and I don't even care. I just like to skateboard.